Welcome back to All Folks Racing PlayStation. Welcome back to Barcelona. This is the final round of 2021. We are again at the Catalunya circuit with the amazing Formula X. And we had great action in race 1, and I'm very sure that it's going to be similar in race 2. Also similar man on pole position, Kev Allen, this time followed by Darren Head, George Jesus and Simon Allen on second row. Third row is Gonçalo Mota and Scott Devley. Fourth row, it's Del Taylor and Frankie, with Del Taylor being the winner in race 1. Jumbo is again in 9th, and away we go. Now for, and carnage, big carnage, absolute carnage in, well, it's not even turn 1, it's Gonçalo Mota, it's again Jorge Jesus, and it's Simon Allen, and look at this, Frankie has hit someone, and he has hit, well, several drivers have hit one another. Frankie ends up losing a little bit of time. Kev Allen and Darren Head have survived everything. And look at this is Jorge Jesus, and Jorge Jesus probably deployed the curse a little bit too early. And this is Simon Allen. He has absolutely nowhere to go. Look at this, yes, nowhere to go. Just Jorge Jesus spinning in front of him. This is Frankie now. He is in 8th place. The replay of the start. Look at this. Someone has made a good start there. And that was, I believe, Del Taylor that made an excellent start. And look at this. Frankie is now going to overtake Del Taylor into turn 1. But Del tries to... and that was a bit of a contact in there. Contact 3 times. And miraculously, no one has spun. This is now Alonso Afonso. And he has hit Simon Allen, and that was after both have recovered from that start line incident. And George couldn't stop on time in turn 1, so Simon probably not really too happy about that because they already lost a lot of time. Look at this, they already lost 4 or 5 seconds from 7th place man Gonçalo Mota. Scott Devley is in 4th, and look at Del Taylor, he started 7th and is up to 3rd, so definitely putting himself in a position of contention for the win here. And that's going to be fascinating because probably the 3 most impressive drivers of race 1 were Kev Allen, Del Taylor and Darren Head, who has recovered a lot of places in the last few laps. So, Darren has not recovered now. He's recovered into the gravel trap, and Del Taylor is surely going to go up to 2nd place. Or is he? No, he's not. Because Darren continues to be in 2nd place, but Del Taylor is right on his gearbox and now has had a good exit from the chicane. And probably both drivers are going to deploy curse in the start-finish line. So, probably going to neutralize each other with this weapon of mass destruction. That is the curse of the Formula X. Yes, indeed, it's confirmed neither of them have made any progress whatsoever. They are already 3 seconds behind Kev Allen, who is just cruising to potentially another win. But of course, with this car, you never know. Kev Allen dominated the race up to the closing stages in race 1 and ended up in 2nd behind the Del Taylor. Gonçalo Mota is in 7th. Frankie is in 6th, and in 5th we've got Jumbo. Jumbo started 9th, but again did a good job avoiding all the carnage that this time only involved Jorge Jesus spinning right after the start into Simon Allen's pathway. Simon Allen is in 8th and will surely be running a bit of a recovery race. Scott Devley has again successfully avoided carnage, and of course Mr. Consistent is up to 4th. He finished race 1 in 3rd, so trying to make a good set of results here to end the season on a high note. Scott Devley, of course, one of the most improved drivers of 2021 as a whole. And Simon Allen has had a problem. Simon Allen has a problem, and he's not lost 8th spot, but surely he lost a little bit more time. He's running 4 seconds now behind 7th place man, who is, and Jumbo has had a problem. Jumbo is down to 9th as well. So something happened to Jumbo and also to Simon Allen, because Simon has lost the position to Jorge Jesus, that is now up to 7th. And this is the end of lap 2 already, with so much action in this race. Simon Allen surely will, now running in free air, run a bit of a recovery race. Let's see where he can go to 5th is now Frankie. It was Jumbo, and Frankie is now occupying that position. Gonçalo Mota obviously up to 6th as well. Scott Levery continues to be in 4th spot, not far behind Dale Taylor. And Dale, of course, is not behind Darren Head, but leader Kev Allen has already a 4-second gap. Let's see if this time around Kev avoids any mistakes and can also finish his season on a high note. 2021, of course, he started by being the winter champion before having quite a bad season in the spring. Again in the summer he was fairly competitive, and now he's Scott Levery is almost hitting Darren Head, who was recovering potentially from a spin. And this is the replay of what happened to Darren Head. Did he spin or did he just go off track? No, he spun the car, and this is a full 360-degree spin and almost getting hit from behind by Scott Levery. That was a good recovery there by Darren, but again stationary on the racing line as Scott was approaching and did a good job there. And ooh, look at this, almost caught Dale Taylor as well, but this was a perfect 360. We have not seen that in quite a while. Darren Head doing 360, full 360, and now coming under attack by the weapon of mass destruction that is the curse of the Formula X, but Darren Head is also deploying curse possibly as he manages to defend from the American driver and continues to be in 3rd place. Has lost the position to Dale Taylor, that is up to 2nd, on board with Scott Levery. And oh, and Darren has made a mistake, small mistake, but a mistake nevertheless, into turn 3. Survives to fight another day, but Scott is now right on his gearbox. Let's look at the rest of the leaderboard. Frankie, Gonçalo Mota, Alonso Fonso, Simon Allen and Jumbo maintain their positions, but look at this, Scott Levery is really putting pressure on Darren Head, and this is of course the battle for 3rd place. Lap 4 out of 14, still quite a long time to go, so still quite a long time to potentially make mistakes as well, as the last race of 2021. What a season it has been for every driver, with well, 3 different champions in 4 seasons, because Simon Allen did win the summer season and Diogo Silva won the spring and the autumn. Lots of different winners, I think probably 10 or 11 in the entire year. A lot of drivers on the podium, so it definitely has been a very positive season indeed, and building up for an even better 2022 in terms of racing here at Old Fox Racing PlayStation. Of course, battles through the field, battles for position, as hard for the lead as it's for penultimate in this league. Absolutely brilliant racing, and more to come in 2022. We are watching Alonso Fonso is up to 6th, and look at this, Gonçalo Mota is right on his gearbox and putting a few love taps there, Gonçalo, and of course that's the problem with this car, it's just too much power in one's hands, and if you are coming with more momentum, or if you are still enjoying the advantage of curves, there is really no, it's very, very difficult to stop these cars. And Gonçalo Mota just found that. Now he's lost a bit of momentum, and Alonso Fonso is up to 6th. Jumbo has had an issue now, he's just outbreaking himself almost there at turn 4. He's in 9th spot, Simon Allen still in 8th. Gap at the front is now only 2.6 seconds, so Dale Taylor is challenging for the lead here. We are still on lap 5, still 10 laps to go, including this one, so plenty of time to make mistakes and for positions to change, and Jumbo is trying to just to get some composure there and get back into a rhythm with this car. Of course, a very challenging car. Darren Head has had a problem after that 360-degree spin that has lost 2nd position. He's trying to get back into that 2nd position, and actually is trying to push Dale Taylor also into putting pressure, but Dale Taylor has actually lost time. Dale Taylor has lost time and is now 4.5 seconds, or something must have happened to Dale on his pursuit of Kev Allen, and now Dale probably more worried with Darren Head behind him than actually the lead of this race. Darren, of course, did a great job in race 1, climbing up the leaderboard in the last few laps, and he's going to try to do the same here, as the top 3 are all on the back straight of this Barcelona circuit and are about to complete another lap of this race to be the end of lap 6. Darren Head fully focused here on a good lap to try to close this gap on Dale Taylor. Here is Dale making a mistake there through the chicane, and now a small mistake as well at the exit, and all these mistakes add up into lap time. Let's look at the lap times. Dale Taylor crosses the line 1:26.080. Look at that. Darren Head 1:26.3. So Darren Head not the greatest lap there either, and the leader is 1:25.8. So the result is that the gap has increased to 4.9 seconds, and Kev Allen this time round will probably ensure that he does not make any mistakes whatsoever. Coppernob 75, that's Simon Allen now reaching the back of Gonçalo Mota. This is the battle for 7th spot, and Simon Allen, very discreet race, completely unlike him. We would expect him to be running much more at the front, but not with this particular combo of car and track, it seems. And look at this, Simon Allen looks like having some difficulties to tame that Formula X car. He's trying to reduce the gap to Gonçalo Mota, but of course not an easy task to do, because the Portuguese driver is of course a very, very competitive driver in his first season of World Fox Racing PS4. And look at that, Simon Allen doing himself no favors as well, using the gravel trap there, which this Formula X car has not been specifically designed for that particular type of terrain. So Simon Allen losing a little bit more time in the process, still on the chase to 7th spot. Alonso Fonso, Jorge Jesus is in 6th. 50's Frankie doing a very good job indeed in this combo. He probably would like this entire league to be running on Formula X, it seems, all the time. I'm not sure how many other drivers would sign up for that. This is Jumbo in 9th spot. He's a little bit behind in terms of pace, running 1:30 as opposed to other drivers 1:26, 1:27. So he's probably trying to hold on to this car for the rest of the race and try to just score some points. Only 9 drivers here. We don't have some of the regular, neither of the Diogos are here, for example, as Diogo, of course, has already wrapped up the championship. Gonçalo Mota is now in 7th. We go on board with him. Nice cameras in this Formula X car in the Project Cars 2 simulation. And look at these, lots of wheel locking in there. That's certainly not great for someone's pace. Mota now on lap 8 as we are entering the last third of this race. Let's have a look at the leaderboard at the front. 5 seconds between first and second. So unless Kev Allen makes another mistake, and look at this Gonçalo Mota almost making a mistake there and losing a little bit of time. And I'm sure that Simon Allen is now side by side with him and goes through. That was an opportunistic move by Simon Allen, and well done to Simon and to Gonçalo as well for making it clean. But certainly Simon saw the chance there and had to go for it, because you never know when these chances are going to appear again, and not the easiest combo to overtake, especially if the other driver is also using curves. We follow now Jorge Jesus in 6th spot, and he's a little bit far behind 5th. He's 5 seconds behind Frankie, so Frankie seems to be defending well to get another top 5 result in this race, and to be the first round where Frankie will finish on top 5 in both races, and that's a good way to wrap up the year. And again, looking forward to 2022. But George Lush probably has other ideas. Still 5 laps to go, still a lot of the race to be run. Gap at the front has reduced now. It's 3.1 seconds as Dale Taylor makes another offensive towards Kev Allen. Kev Allen trying to finish the year on a high note, but certainly not easy to to do so with this car, as mistakes are just around the corner. Frankie now completing another lap. Lap 9 is completed. The leader is already in lap 10. And let's see, Frankie doesn't seem to be, well, he got caught on the start-finish straight twice in race 1, so I'm not entirely sure if the point occurs at this point, which is of course a big advantage if you are fighting for position with this car. Scott David continues to be fourth, and Frankie is actually losing some time. He was 5 seconds behind Scott. He is now 7 seconds behind Scott, so Frankie definitely not gaining ground towards fourth position, but trying to defend his 5th place from Jorge Jesus, that is coming. Only 1 second, 1.5 seconds between the two drivers with 4 laps to go. So took quite a lot of the race still to be run. Gap at the front has increased again to 3.9 seconds, so it seems to be yo-yoing between the low 3 seconds and the high 3 seconds, or 4 seconds now. So Kevin has definitely gained some ground there. From Dale Taylor, and Dale is now coming again under pressure from Darren Head, who was discreet there for a while, not really visibly forcing his way around Dale, but now he's coming back for a final offensive. And look at this, Alonso not doing himself any favors by missing that braking point there. Good exit there at the end of the chicane, and yet another lap completed by these two drivers. That's the end of lap 10. The leader is already on lap 11. Simon Allen is not far behind Jorge Jesus. Simon Allen, of course, has overtaken Gonçalo Mota and has completely checked out from the Portuguese driver, and actually gaining ground on this pair of drivers. That's Frankie and Jorge Jesus, 5th and 6th. So we might have a late battle here for 5th place, and we certainly will have a battle because Frankie has run wide there, and now Jorge Jesus is ever closer to the American driver, and now Frankie is really under pressure. He's run wide there again. Jorge Jesus had a better exit there through that corner. He's still a second behind, but for how much longer will Frankie have to defend vigorously against Jorge Jesus? And Simon Allen is definitely not far behind. We have a good battle here for 5th in the closing stages of this race. 4th is Scott Lively. We go with him now. He's actually not that far. Darren has not lost any time, but he doesn't seem to make up any time either to Dale Taylor. The gap at the front is 3.9 seconds, so Kev Allen is just now trying to keep things under control. The top 4 are relatively stable. We await now for the battle for 5th place, because, well, there's less than a second between Frankie and look at this. This is Frankie and Jorge Jesus. They are less than a second apart, but Frankie is still ahead, and Simon Allen is there waiting to see if he can make any more ground on these two drivers. Just a couple of laps to go at the end of this one, and Jorge Jesus is really going for it for this 5th spot. And now look at this, Frankie now has made a mistake again in the same corner and keeps the position, but now Jorge Jesus is actually very, very, very close and runs wide again. Frankie almost running into the pathway of Jorge Jesus, that is probably trying to figure out what's the best. Oh, and Frankie is overdriving this car. Now he's lost the position. Yes, he's lost the position. He's lost that 5th spot, and he's probably going to lose 6th to Simon Allen, that is coming right behind. Simon Allen with more momentum, and he's going to try to go for the inside. Will he go for the inside? No. Oh, Frankie has run wide, certainly run wide there, and this is certainly going to be a penalty, and the two drivers tangle, and Frankie doesn't lose too much time, but clearly run wide and then into the path of Simon Allen. And again, Simon, and this is Darren Head under pressure from Scott Lively. Scott is going for it at the beginning of the penultimate lap. We now have a battle for the podium, and this is incredible. Something must have happened to Darren Head as he lost the time. Yes, he did lose time, and now Scott Lively is coming after him. Scott wants another podium in this final race of 2021. Just a couple of laps to go in the entire 2021 season. it will come to a close here in Barcelona. The post-season party is scheduled for tomorrow in Barcelona, with every driver having a very interesting 5-star package. Oh, look at this, Scott Lavery has already talked too much about that 5-star package and made a mistake, and now he's lost the position, or at least lost time to make a challenge on the position of Darren Head. Jumbo is in 9th spot. The leader is already on his last lap. No, he's not, because we're still on lap 12, not 13. This is my eyesight is becoming worse with age. I do apologize. I thought this was the penultimate lap. It's not. Now we are on the penultimate lap. We still have one lap to go after this one, and that's the last lap for Kev Allen. And what a season it has been for Kev Allen. He has won a lot of races. He has won the Winter Championship. He has also finished second in the Summer Championship, and now second in the... Oh, and he's almost hitting Jumbo as well. This time he's actually lapping him. And Kev Allen, of course, 1 championship win, 2 second places. Not so good in the spring season, but what a season it has been for the Yorkshire driver. Now he's going to wrap up the season with a win here in Barcelona. Del Taylor is going to finish second. Darren Head is going to finish third, as we follow the last few corners of this 2021 season for Kev Allen. Finished second in race 1 after making a mistake in the closing stages. No such mistakes in race 2, just a few more corners to go, and Kev Allen is going to win another race. He's the all-time highest winner in Old Fox Racing PlayStation, and he's going to win again at the season finale here in Barcelona. Not as exciting as the Formula 1 finale in Abu Dhabi. We definitely have to hire Michael Massey for Old Fox Racing PlayStation. I think he will be a much more competent race director in this league than in Formula 1, and could actually spice up the action a fair bit on Friday nights as the Old Fox complete this race. Third is Darren Head, fourth Scott Davely, fifth is going to be Alonso Fonso, sixth is going to be Simon Allen, seventh is going to be Frankie, eighth is going to be Golsal Mota, and ninth is going to be Jumbo. And that's all, folks, for 2021. We will be back with better racing in 2022. Stay tuned for more news also on these commentary and videos. There is the result of race 2, Kev Allen, the winner. Will we have the final point standings of the autumn season? Yes, there it is, Diogo Silva, the champion, Kev Allen in second, third Darren Head, fourth Alonso Fonso, and fifth Scott Davely, the American driver, wrapping up a top 5. That's it, and see you in 2022.